Discretion is advised.
If you feeling like a pimp, niggas gon' pimp.
Awesome sauce! Happy 2025, everybody. I'm your host, Blind Animal Wonders, the Comic Pimp. This is Awesome Sauce Radio. I want to wish everyone a very blessed, very abundant, very beautiful 2025. May all your dreams and desires come true. I also want to give a couple of shout outs to a few peeps, of course. Comic Crusaders, www.comiccrusaders.com. Check out the best comic book news source in all of comic bookdom. Find the real Al Mega and make fun of him. But Al, I love you, buddy. Thank you for allowing me to be a Crusader. Now, ever tell him that he's a Speedy Gonzalez wannabe, because that's what he'd be. Want to give a shout out to Dr. Roy, my hematologist. I got a clean bill of health today. Everything is still stable with the blood. So I'm really happy about that. Everyone, please go get your checkups. Stay healthy. Yeah. But Dr. Roy, thank you. Now we're going to talk to some of the sponsors. Of course, we got the Marco's Pizza. The Marco's Pizza is the greatest pizzeria in all New Jersey. On the East Coast, even. The Marco's Pizza on Union Road in Newark, New Jersey. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's been there for over 40 years. It's delicious and nutritious. It may even get you laid. Yeah. So go to the Marco's Pizza. Tell them Blind Adam sent you. Sit outside on their beautiful tables when the weather's nice. And they have a nice slice with a beautiful girl. And yeah, the Marco's Pizza, yo. Also, I want to give a shout out to my homies over at Bird City Comics. Bird City Comics has exclusive variants, ratios, great books at great prices. They recently opened up a brick and mortar, but I need to get their address for that. But www.birdcitycomics.com. I need to check out to see what exclusives they have coming out in the near future, but check them out. I know they have one for Lucky Devils #1 with Trish Brosner art. But yeah, Bird City Comics, yo. Tell them what I sent you. Now, and tell Laura to stop cheating at Una. What's up with that? Cheaters never win. Now, the next time you maybe see me live in the Living Color, if I can, get off my ass and finally book the trip properly, we'll be at the Adult Video Expo at beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. At the Virgin Hotel. We have the AVNs, and the award show is on January 25th, where all your favorite adult performers will be getting awards, and there will be a pageantry and a red carpet. It'll be awesome. So, if you want to vote, go and vote for your favorite adult entertainer in all the categories. Vote for Blake Blossom, author, because Blake Blossom is amazing. Love that girl. Chester Fry. But hopefully I'll make it, God willing, I will be out there. I gotta check its spirit, with my spirit rep and get my flight booked and all. And hopefully the hostel will still have some rooms. And I'll figure it all out, but hopefully I'll be there. AVN Awards, January 22nd through the 25th. Go check it out. Tell them Blind Adam sent you. Brian, thank you very much. BSDPR is awesome sauce. Give them a shout out as well. Of course, I don't have any dates yet, but the longest running convention in all of New York City, the Big Apple Comic Con, will return sometime in 2025. I think it will be the weekend before Thanksgiving again, because he's obsessed with doing the holiday show, because he's got some Santa Claus fetish. Love you, Mikey Carbonaro, but get off the Santa Claus stuff, bro.
It looks like they just announced the date on the website. It is Saturday, November 22nd, 2025.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
November 22nd, 2025. Once again, they're having their little, Santa Claus fetish and gonna celebrate the holidays. Good. It's a good time. It's a nice way to start the holiday season. But Big Apple Comic Con, tell them what I'm saying. I love that place. And of course, as soon as I figure out exactly how I'm playing the Euro of Exotica Expo, starting with Chicago, and then they go to Miami, then they go to the Garden State, New Jersey, the state of tolls, fuck adjusted pricing, I said it. And then ending out with DC. But Exotica Expo, the World's Greatest Convention of the Universe. Yeah. Check them out. I'll start promoting dates as soon as I figure some things out with that. And of course, if we need strippers, and we always need strippers are gifts from God. You best recognize, son. That's right. It's your level 10 click commander saying you need strippers in your lives. And when you need strippers in New York City, you go to Flash Dancers. Play the commercial, please.
Hello, darling. Welcome to your new favorite club. You are a hard worker, so you deserve a good place to replenish yourself. Our bartenders will take great care of you, while our sexy ladies help spice up your night. Bring your friends, or make new ones here. Flash dancers, come join the party.
And they have great nachos. And of course, if you need toys, you need to spice up your sex lives, your romantic lives with your significant other, you need some toys, you go to Adam and Eve. Let's play the commercial for Adam and Eve.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore. Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use the offer code BITE256. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item. 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
Hells yeah! Adam and Eve, the premier place for adult entertainment merch, and toys, and oils, and DVDs, and cock rings. Cause any cock will do! AdamandEve.com, check them out. Now, before I go to the next thing that I found, I'm going to bring in one of the greatest men in the chair in the industry. He is a podcaster. He's a writer. Space Monkey's coming soon. Recognize. The man behind the Phoenix throne. The one, the only, the nemesis. David Howard.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy New Year from here in California. And I have to say that that Adam and Eve commercial, that girl looks like Amy Adams, which is not a bad thing. So, How are you doing there, Blind Adam? How's everything going, my brother?
Everything is going well.
And congratulations on the health news. That is fantastic news. So that is the way to start the New Year.
As I was joking around with my mom after dinner tonight, I was like, thank you for all your help today with helping me get back from the doctors. I said do it again in April. So no, it's usually because it's like the night before. I'm like a nervous wreck.
Dude.
Just thinking of the results.
That's fantastic.
And they always come up that everything is stable, so I really can't complain.
That is absolutely great, man. That's the way we need to start off the new year. None of the other bullshit with bad news and everything, man. So
exactly. My only complaint about the whole thing with the blood test is for a hematologist office.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have one nurse in the damn place that they're not like playing like a Spectre Cassette to find your fucking veins.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, on behalf of everybody who views Awesome Sauce Radio or listens to it,
That's fantastic.
Nice. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, it was an eventful holiday season and everything. Came out the other side, had a good holiday. We were talking a little bit before the show, so you know, only have one complaint, but it's a normal neighbor thing. So if that's my only complaint,
I think if your neighbors light a firecracker, we should have like the right. There should be some law saying we can legally go over and beat them in the head with a baseball bat.
yeah.
We got dogs, motherfucker.
Just so everybody out there knows, my neighbors have decided to. They get illegal fireworks and they're setting off like commercial grade fireworks, literally like 100 feet above the neighborhood. You know, so it's like World War III here. I'll tell you, man. I've been in areas where they were setting off artillery that was less loud than that. So
I just feel bad for everyone in your neighborhood who has a dog, especially you.
Yep.
And the poor animal. I just because granted in my town, in my parents' area in New Jersey, the town does something for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
But like the neighborhood doesn't really participate the way they do, say, 4th of July.
Yeah. Well, not only that, this dude or these people, you know, like I'll give you an example, and this happens all year round. But during, like on New Year's, they set them off at midnight. I was ready for that. I was expecting it. 2:30 in the morning, fell asleep, completely random. Dude decided to set off fireworks again. We're asleep, and all of a sudden, the whole house is shaking for fireworks. I woke up, I was like, what the fuck? It was like...
Yeah, I would not... And when I'm not at my parents' house, I'm in the middle of Manhattan, which is like one of the noisiest places on God's green earth. You know, and even then, it's like, I hate fireworks. I'm passionate.
Yeah. I don't mind them, but I got to be prepared for them. 2:30 in the morning while I'm sleeping...
Yeah, I'd want to be. Like I said, that's when you should have the right to go to your neighbor's house with a baseball bat.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But
if my neighbors are watching this by some chance, hey, knock it off. So,
yeah, or I'll have to fly out there, man. Assuming there's a Boeing 47s don't like drop in the sky and shoot.
we gonna roll up like the end of Reservoir Dogs on them. So,
yeah. Yeah, but you know that I'm a stickler for vintage commercials.
yep.
And I found one because by now I know we've seen the Superman trailer a couple times by now. Someone showed me up saying there was a little Easter egg at the peanut butter, and it made me think of this. So roll the commercial, please.
As you wish.
This is also
Introducing Superman Peanut Butter. Made from top quality peanuts through and through for a nutritious taste your whole family will really eat up.
All right.
No one can resist its unbeatable protein-packed flavor. New Superman Peanut Butter. Now landing at your favorite grocery store. At last, a peanut butter you can look up to.
Nice.
It's so fucking ridiculous. It's great.
Do you ever wonder what the story is on why they decided to do a Superman peanut butter or something like that?
I have no clue. I remember eating it as a kid.
I watch these shows sometimes on like the history of food and stuff like that on the History Channel, but I've never seen that one. I know like Peter Pan peanut butter. The guy that did it didn't even ask permission. He was just like, F it. I'm putting Peter Pan on it. I don't care if they sue me. This was back like in the 40s or 50s or something like that. And he got away with it for years, man. He was just like, F it. I don't care. I'm not paying anybody. And he put Peter Pan on there.
I'm just gonna put a licensed Disney character on my peanut butter thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mickey was like, oh boy, what's up with this?
Hey, the company got away with it for a long time, man. So I think everybody just assumed they had a license. So.
Oh yeah, just one of the little rabbit holes I went down that I thought was interesting with all the newer hype. Before we got on with the format, anything new with Space Monkeys?
No, everything kind of quieted down over the holidays. I got to get back on all that, but with everything going on, I've just kind of been dealing with all that. So I got to get back in touch with Mateo, my artist, to see where we're at as far as inking and coloring the book. Because once that's done, we're going to go ahead and start doing the promotion to get into the crowdfunder. So, I'm just waiting for the.
I want to be the East Coast rep for comic book shops for Space Monkeys.
Absolutely, man.
I believe in the
Absolutely.
project, man.
Sweet. Can't wait to share it.
Level 10, click Commander.
Can't wait to share it with you. We'll debut some comics on here, so some pages. So
Nice.
Make that shit work. I make that shit work.
Yeah,
I am the Click Commander.
level 10.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch that movie now.
I haven't watched it in a while. I watched the reboot a few times recently, but I haven't watched that one in a while.
I love that movie. I love everything about Jay and Silent Bob. So
Yeah, I do. Actually, a scene that's grown on me now is when they bump into George Carlin, waiting for the bus.
yeah, it's the unwritten rules of the road.
It's great. Now that my other favorite scene is Carrie Fisher as the nun.
Yeah.
You follow the book?
Well, she follows the book, so.
Yeah. All right. What is the first thing on the hit list at the moment?
We have a picture for Action Comics. So, a
This
cover.
is Action Comics 1067, I believe.
Yep.
This was a 1 in 25 by the hottest comic book artist on the planet, Mark Spears. And this has our homie Crypto on it. Now, Crypto's getting a lot of love because of the trailer. I actually do think that Warner Brothers is going to put a lot of marketing into Crypto.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I'll say right now, if nobody's on it, if there was a smart, I know crypto is kind of down right now, like crypto, like currency, but if somebody was smart, somebody would create a crypto coin for cryptocurrency. So
do a coin with a cryptocurrency using Crypto the dog.
Yep.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yep.
But I just really like this cover. They're super cheap on eBay right now, and I know a lot of people like to hate on Mark Waid, but the Action Comics stuff that he's been doing recently has been really fun to read as well.
Cool.
Now,
I
I
think
noticed there's a Joshua Williams series, but I'm still enjoying it.
I dig this cover. I love that. It's another different look at crypto. He's not your typical crypto. He looks like he's a kind of a coonhound there. I like the rustic look behind Superman, behind Clark there. It's cool.
Yeah. Just really digging it. But other crypto comics that I've been discovering, because I've been on this whole wait, was there something before us?
What's that?
What am I up to next in the format here?
You are up to a new team-up comic page preview from DC.
All right, that's what I thought. All right, I am at the right spot. All right, cool. So basically, Scooby Doo, where are you? He had a team-up comic book in the 2000 teens where he was teaming up with DC characters, and this is issue 18. The reason I like this one because it's the Dog Crisis. So you got Scooby Doo, Crypto, Ace, Wonder Dog.
Nice. Wonder Dog.
I can take it leave Wonder Dog.
How many people remember Wonder Dog though? So
Let's say you, me, and anyone who like watched cartoons in the early to mid 80s.
yeah.
No, I take that back because the Super Friends were in syndication and on a Cartoon Network until at least 2002.
But like, if I remember right, it's been a while. Wonder Dog, just like Marvin and Wendy, they had absolutely no powers. So it was just a dog with a cape on. It was like, Marvin and Wendy were out there just freeballing it, no powers, but the Super Friends. So.
Actually, Jeff Jones brought them into continuity in his Teen Titans run.
Yeah.
He turned like the Wonder Dog into a demonic dog who winds up killing Marvin.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he got a lot of flack for it.
That went dark quick.
Yeah, that's my least favorite interpretation of the Super Friends to begin with, though.
Holy crap. Speaking of Super Friends, to go off topic just a minute, I don't think we'll stay on it, but one of my favorite fairly recent things that came out of Super Friends is when they did that short-running Wonder Twins comic, which I thought was pretty good. So
is that the one with Blake?
Yeah.
I read issue 3, and then I may have to go back and find the rest of those.
Yeah, man, it was. I thought it was pretty good. I was a little disappointed that they ended up canceling it. I really don't think that enough people. There wasn't enough nostalgia out there for the Super Twins
to be honest, once again, I think whether it's Wendy and Marvin and Wonder Dog, or if it's my homies, Zed and Jenna, and Goofy, it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
You had to be. Unfortunately, today's kids will never know the motherfucking joy of waking up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, getting a bowl, the biggest bowl you could find, up in the whole box of cereal into the bowl. Making sure that you didn't eat cheap fries at the end of the box, which someone may or not have done. You'll stay nameless.
Not only that,
and watch cartoons from 6 in the morning to about noon.
If you had cool parents, not like my parents, you also had cereal that had a cartoon character on the front that had a ton of sugar in it, so you were hopped up all day watching your cartoons as well.
Exactly.
So, my parents got the boring cereal. Not that I'm a cereal fan anyway, but we were getting.
What the heck? What's a boring cereal?
Special K or
boring, definitely boring.
Cheerios,
definitely boring. Cheerios suck.
Before the B, even. This was Cheerios before the B, man. So
Cheerios bullshit that they decided to so they can make cute commercials in the mid 1980s.
Yeah, the most exciting cereal that my parents ever got was Raisin Bran. So
Raisin Bran is awesome.
Yeah, but compared to like Count Chocula or Lucky Charms or something like that, as a kid, you're like, oh man, come on.
You see, it's all that type of stuff is the reason why I'm 200 pounds as an adult.
Fair.
I had the cool parents who just, there's like Count Chocula, Lucky Charms, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cereal, which absolutely sucked.
Yep.
I'm very tempted to do it for the 10-year anniversary of the podcast in March. I'm really thinking of going on eBay and buying a box of the Batman cereal. And, just seeing to remember what it tastes like.
Yeah. I never tried any of them, but I remember, though, as a sign of rebellion, when I first got out of my parents' house and was living on my own, I bought the God, I can't even remember it. What's the cereal with the tiger? So
They're great.
yeah,
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. Yeah, like I'm getting me some. It's like the hell with stuff with no sugar in it. I'm getting me some Frosted Flakes, and damn it, I'll say it. Those things taste good. So I just don't. I don't like milk on my cereal, so I eat cereal dry. So.
Yeah. Hang on.
Is that a clap? Are you also like that?
Hell yeah! I can't. I don't like milk in my cereal anymore.
Oh yeah. Although, hey, check this out. I don't know if I've ever told you this. My cousins, when we used to stay down there all the time, all three of them had food allergies to a number of them, but they were allergic to milk. So they would have cereal, but I don't know what this obsession is with having to put something wet on cereal, but they needed wet cereal. So they would drink cereal with orange juice in it or prune juice or grapefruit juice and stuff. Yeah.
Bullshit! No, it's going to bring back flashbacks. Once again, this blind person I know, I'm going to keep him nameless.
Yeah.
Because his family doesn't put things back properly, pulled out the apple juice when it should have been the milk.
Uh-huh.
And ever since then, he uses tap water for his cereal.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man.
The reason I picked this Scooby-Doo comic is just basically because how many times you get that Scooby team up of all the DC dogs, and it's got Crypto in it. And Crypto right now is big pimpin'.
Absolutely.
And this book is still relatively cheap, which is nice. It's not going to break the bank at like between $12 to $20.
Scooby-Doo was awesome to watch, man. I used to watch that show all the time. So
Scooby-Doo! Watch, actually, still, the original two runs still hold up. The James Gunn movie's fun. I had to go back and watch some of the other things that were straight to DVD.
I saw something I had not seen a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I didn't realize that Scooby-Doo did a team-up animated, like, straight-to-video movie with Kiss. So
that was one of the ones that. How was that?
I didn't watch it all. I was happening to look for. I wanted to find the video because I wanted to see the video of "I Was Made for Loving You" with Kiss, and so I typed it into YouTube, and this video came up, and it was Kiss and Scooby-Doo fighting off some like space demons while they were singing "I Was Made for Loving You." I was kind of like just watching it transfixed. I didn't know what to think. I was just
awesome.
I was too shocked. So
actually, Kiss is the perfect band. If any band would came up with Scooby-Doo, it would be Kiss.
Yeah. So
so that is interesting.
Gene Simmons is firing like laser beams from his guitar and stuff.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna find that later because it's that and the other one I really want to check out is Scooby-Doo teaming up with Amazon. Stop. Is Scooby-Doo teaming up with the WWE?
Okay.
Which was put out in the mid 2000s. But there are a lot of those Scooby-Doo straight to DVD type things that.
Do you remember when the Batman and Robin from Super Friends showed up on the Scooby-Doo?
Yep.
Yep. And the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh yeah, the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Those hold up really well.
Yeah. I still think the funniest one was the Harlem Globetrotters. I thought that was hilarious.
It's actually that one is just so ridiculous. It's great.
Yeah.
But speaking of old school cartoons, play the clip and then I'll give my commentary on this.
Superboy?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
The Adventures of Superboy. Exciting stories of Superman when he was a boy, who, even as an infant, demonstrated powers and abilities far beyond the capabilities of Earthlings. Superboy, who as Clark Kent, mild-mannered foster son of Martha and Jonathan Kent, preserves the secret of his true identity and devotes his superpowers to the prevention of crime, the preservation of peace, and the pursuit of truth.
Now my question is, why is this not on DVD or Max or somewhere besides YouTube?
That's weird. You know why? Here's my guess. You tell me what you think.
All right.
I think that Superboy went through a reboot. Was it late 70s, early 80s, where it went from being the Superboy character went from being Superman to a different character, So I don't think it's continuity anymore, or it fits into continuity. And then I don't know, man. I just don't think it fits their style anymore.
I think it may have something more. I think it may just have to do with rights.
Yeah, that's probably it. So.
And a lot of these Dalmatian things were, but all the other ones are pretty much on DVD in some shape or form.
1967 was like the golden age of cartoons and everything, or comics coming to cartoons or to TV, because you had the Batman show, you had this show right here. I think you had a Superman show. I think Superman
cartoons. You also had Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You had I think there was a not Iron Man. There was a couple different Marvel shows on.
Yep.
And they were good, man. I remember growing up watching the Superman one all the time. I mean, every kid from our generation knew the theme from that cartoon. So. Oh
yeah, it's, and then of course the one that doesn't get enough love and it's really well done is the Aquaman one.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think Aquaman gets enough love. Period. I think people hate on the Aquaman. So.
Maybe if you're a fan of the Jason Momoa movies, but still doesn't get as much love as I think he deserves.
Yeah, people are always bagging on like old school Aquaman. Like I would watch, I like Big Bang Theory. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I would like watching that. But the thing that pissed me off about that show is they were always bagging on Aquaman. They were always showing up like Aquaman was a horrible superhero. I was like, you try being able to swim as fast as he can and be super strong. Like he can hold his own in a fight with high-level superheroes, and he can talk to fish and cause them to do all the stuff that he can do. Is like rule these oceans. He's a badass. So.
If everyone wants to see one of my favorite interpretations of Aquaman, it's called Mercy Wreath, which is the pilot for the animated Aquaman show from the producers of Smallville.
Oh, is that the one that was going to be a live action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, Justin Hartley was Aquaman, who that's why they switched him over to being Green Arrow in Smallville.
Yeah.
Because the show didn't get picked up. It's really, really well done. I actually think CW at the time missed the boat on that. I think that would have been a great way to have done Aquaman.
Yeah. I think Aquaman is the shit. So, but that's my comic opinion. Although speaking of Aquaman, Jason Momoa, you hear the news with him? They announced the other day.
Lobo.
Yep. Worst kept secret of all time. He looks so much like Lobo, it's not even funny. So.
This is the character he wanted to play.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be pretty much pitch perfect as Lobo. So.
Yep, and he won't have to deal with Amber Turd anymore. So that's
Yeah.
kind of. Are you guys in another country now or something?
I hope they do the Space Harley when he comes in though. They got to. So.
I hope we should adapt the comic where Lobo and Harley Quinn make love and produce a daughter. That was the speculation on who Crush's mother is.
That's you got to wait for the Axel Braun parody for that, man. So.
That's true. Is that what we're up to next?
No, we are up to the TZ Marathon, Twilight Zone. So.
All right. Well, actually, this is kind of weird because I never thought when I was looking for just a click ad for the Twilight Zone, I would actually find an ad I watched as a kid. And this is actually an ad from the very first time I watched the Twilight Zone Marathon, believe it or not.
Cool. All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Channel 11's late night movie will return after these messages.
You've cried. You've begged.
I'll never ask for anything again.
You've pleaded.
No, you're going to get it.
Oops, sorry.
A 25-hour trip to the places, the faces, the far-out spaces of the Twilight Zone.
It is real, and there is nothing within the realm of knowledge to explain it.
This July, spend your 4th in the 5th dimension with the 25-hour Twilight Zone Marathon. Tomorrow, starting at 8 on Channel 11.
Nice.
Yes, and that Channel 11, the ad is taken from WPIX, which is New York City based. So I know you're just as big as a fan of the Twilight Zone as I am.
Yeah.
If you had to pick like one episode that, is the definitive episode, what would you pick?
Definitive Twilight Zone episode for me, or just for the whole series?
For you.
Wow. You're gonna put me on the spot. Well, I will say it's this one because it had such an effect on me as a kid. It scared the shit out of me, and it still influences my writing today. Has to be Living Doll with Telly Savalas. Talking Tina still scares the shit out of me.
I'm going to kill you.
Yep. So there's a lot of other ones that I love that have I love all of them. Each of them I love in a different way. But that one still is has a huge effect on me, and it still scares the shit out of me. It comes on, and my wife automatically knows. She's like, "Well, you're not sleeping tonight." So,
no, actually, that's the reason why I get creeped out at dolls today.
Yep.
Between that and the episode The Dummy.
Yeah. Oh God.
Which I actually think is creepier than Talkie Tina just because of the ending.
Yeah. And not only that, there was
the first doll just plans the murder of the second doll.
Yeah. And the thing is when I first saw those two episodes of Twilight Zone, my dad showed them to us on purpose. He was laughing because he knew it was going to scare the shit out of us. But right around then, there was also an ad for a movie called Magic with Anthony Hopkins in it that scared the shit out of us too, man. So, oh my God. And then a few years later, you remember Tales from the Hood and that one episode with the dolls that come to life in that house and get the racists. So, damn dolls, man.
Oh, I know. It's if I ever have kids, they're not allowed to have dolls like that.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here in my room, looking across at my wife's side of the room, and there's a doll just like that sitting right there on the desk. So.
Oh yeah, My go-to episode is a game of either Kick the Can,
Okay.
which is a touching tale about trying to keep your youth when you're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I actually think the little kids that are in the yard in the beginning of the episode
Mm-hmm.
are the adults who are the senior citizens in the actual house.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Older, I can relate to it a little bit more. That and The Walking Distance. I know everyone says the greatest episode of all time is Walking Distance, but this times I also think it's very fucking overrated.
I will say this. What about the one? Do you remember this one? I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but the one where the old man goes out coon hunting and he dies with his dog.
It's called The Hunt. I actually didn't watch the whole episode. I watched the ending of the episode where the dog gets him to not go into hell.
Yeah, isn't that great? For if you're a dog lover and you watch that one, it hits you right in the feels.
I could not. I watched the ending and I cried because I started thinking of God rest my dog's soul, my dog.
Yep. Same here, man. It gets you right in the feels. It's one of those ones where that's why Twilight Zone was so good, because it wasn't always scary stuff or stuff that was like really deep. Sometimes it was one that was just about makes you think, but it also got you in the feels and some good stuff, man. So they had all sorts of different stories on there.
Oh yeah. Is there a reason you think why a Twilight Zone reboot has not worked over the years?
Well, one of them is that I just don't know that. I really don't think that TV now will let writers write the kind of stories and on network TV that they wrote back then. I think that if it went to like a streaming service, or if it went to like a small cable channel, it would be much easier to do a Twilight Zone. Like if it went to a streaming service, like God forbid, but if it went to Netflix, because everything's on Netflix. But if it went to Netflix or went to Amazon, where you see like shows like Black Mirror and stuff, if you let someone write stuff that was topical, that was genuinely scary or thought-provoking on Netflix with the title Twilight Zone, I think it could be huge. But a lot of times you get this milquetoast stuff that, it's like Tales from the Crypt. It's like it works. Tales from the Crypt, I think, works so well because it was on HBO.
Oh yeah, and it was early HBO when HBO was still. When being able to watch something original on HBO actually meant something.
Yeah, like because
something special.
I was mentioning to you, like I watched one the other day where there's one where Dennis Hopper is a fascist, and he's getting mentored by the spirit of Adolf Hitler, and then they went right in. I mean,
that episode is actually one of the most anti-Semitic, most racist episodes. Not just the Twilight Zone, but any TV show on TV at that time.
Yeah, but it hit
for 1950s, 1960s America.
It hits hard, man. It doesn't pull any punches about stuff, and I watched it the other day, and it still makes me think. It makes me think about current events and what's going on and all sorts of stuff, and it's like talk about taking a chance and throwing it out there and saying stuff now on a show. I mean, it was like you said, it's anti-Semitic, racist stuff, but they were saying it for a purpose,
Yeah, it really makes you think at the end. Two of my favorite episodes, which kind of have the same message but in different ways, is Returns to Death Head, which is where they go to one of the concentration camps in Germany.
Dachau, right? So.
Yeah, and the person who ran it is haunted by the spirits of everyone that died in the camp.
Yeah.
And the ending is why? Why are we keeping these places around? And it's so we never forget.
Yeah.
And my other favorite episode is the Monsters on Maple Street.
Yes, very good.
You know, I just love the ending when the entire neighborhood, which was so peaceful in the beginning, is ripping itself limb from limb at the end because they stopped trusting one another.
You know, the other thing I'll say about why I don't know if we could have Twilight Zone again, and I just don't know because honestly, that show launched so many careers. You know, you go back and watch that show, the number of people whose careers got launched, and then the number of established actors like Burgess Meredith and stuff who were just fantastic in it. But it's like, that was at a different time, you know, when people used to do the rotation on TV shows all the time and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And that really doesn't exist anymore. People just want to either make it big and be in a sitcom or go straight to the movies, but there's not a lot of professional actors that are known that do the rotation on all the different shows, you know. So and that's one of the things about Twilight Zone is the level of acting talent on that show was top tier. So
Oh yeah. I mean, for example, in The Dummy,
mhm.
Cliff Robertson was in that.
Yep.
Yeah. Shatner got his Captain Kirk got his William Shatner got his start through
Yep.
Twilight Zone.
Dude was in, I don't know, I think he was in 3 episodes of Twilight Zone.
Yep.
So, but
Jack
And-
Lemmon did 2 of his greatest performances of his career, in my opinion, are on the Twilight Zone.
yeah.
Everyone knows a game of pool, but In Praise of Pip is the better episode.
Yeah. Well, and then Praise of Pip was great. Oh my God, Walter Matthau is in that one.
Yep.
Oh man, Walter Matthau has a number of great episodes, like the one where he plays the pool champion to become the best pool player of all time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was really, really good. Not Walter Matthau, Klugman, Jack Klugman, is that his name?
Yeah.
Klugman?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Walter Matthau is I was thinking of something else. Yeah, man, I just think it's one of those things where I would love to see. I was thinking about that just the other day. I would love to see them do a new Twilight Zone, and I don't think I could say that the acting talent's not there. I just don't think that's the industry right now.
I agree. I just think that we live in such a bullshit, politically correct, don't offend any one culture. That I don't think that the subject material that you could cover would be there.
I don't think that a lot of actors and actresses would be willing to star in stuff that was controversial too, because everybody is so concerned about being canceled or, whatever else. It's like they don't do the hard hitting stuff a lot of times. So
also, for comic book fans, people don't realize, but the Twilight Zone comic books launched the careers of 2. Frank Miller got his start on the Gold Key Twilight Zone comic.
Nice. Gold Key Comics.
Straczynski's there's comic book work was writing a Twilight Zone comic book as well.
Cool. Yeah, it's a great brand. I would love to see them bring it back, just like I'd love to see Tales from the Crypt come back and everything else. So Creep Show. So
like I said, I think we're showing our age a little bit with this type of stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
What is next on the hit list?
Next is another Axel Braun parody trailer that you got.
Well, Sauce Radio would be without showing an Axel Braun trailer to all the player haters, all you little bitches who cry and whine about the Superman trailer. It's gonna be fucked up already. And everyone who sucks the dick of Zack Snyder. Let's show a really cool trailer.
All right, here we go.
I want you to remember this moment, Clark. Through all the years to come.
LexCorp is not an easy place to break into.
Look at me. Look at me.
Look at me! Stay here with me and rule.
Earth is my home.
Enough!
You're kidding, right?
Everybody's human. Well, almost everybody. Squirt gun. Real gun.
That's Tommy Pistol playing the Joker in this, and that's no, outside of Injustice, no other thing would have the balls to do.
Dude, I'm going to have to... I've seen the clips that you showed me, but I don't usually watch, let me just... How do I put this? When I watch porn movies, I only watch them for about 15 minutes or so. And that was in the past. But I will say, I got to check these out.
This is the one I actually, for storyline, this is the one I recommend the most because it actually did have a storyline where he made it so that if you're a fan of the source material and you want to have a date night with your wife, that you can watch it without the sex stuff in it.
Yeah.
And then go back to the sex scenes.
You said that's what you're saying.
End this with they end it with Annie St. Diamond's Lois Lane getting killed, and it leads them to Justice League XXX.
You said that they made versions of these without all the sex scenes in it, right?
Actually, yeah. They have two when the DVD version of these always had a clean version that you can just watch the story.
I may have to check these out because they look good, man. So
yeah, Chloe Valentine reprised her role as Harley Quinn. Shout out to Chloe Valentine. I hope I get to catch you at Sapphire sometime this year. As Harley Quinn. Ryan Driller, who's in the top 5 Superman actors of all time, and people don't like that, they kiss my fat blind ass. Guess he was Superman for every Axel Braun parody ever made.
I have to say that you have yet to show me one of these parody trailers that I didn't think looked good. So
costumes are great. The opening clip, which is taken straight from Batman: The Dark Knight Returns #4, even the dialogue for dialogue being lifted is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Axel Braun, he's retired. He's happily retired, but one of my goals for 2025 is I want to book him for a podcast.
Cool.
That may be a 2-hour podcast that night, but that's one of my goals. Just to thank him.
Live the dream, man.
Yeah, I try. That's what this whole show's about. Whether it's you with Space Monkeys, me with my crap.
Yeah, man. That looked really, really good. So.
What is next on the hit list?
Next is an interview you did.
All right, I just want to give a shout out to Brooklyn Chase. This was done at Exotica back in October of last year, and I finally get some of my Exotica footage back on Christmas morning from the person who worked for me. So we're gonna play this.
All right, here we go.
I'm here at Exotica 2024 with the lovely Chase. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm having amazing. How's your con been so far?
Very good. How about you? You having a good time?
It's been great. It's been really packed this year.
Yes, it has.
I mean, yesterday felt like a Saturday for crying out loud.
Very busy.
Yep. So what's your favorite part of being at Exotica?
My favorite part is seeing a lot of these hot girls that I only get to see a couple times a year.
Yeah, I hear that.
A lot of friends of mine that I only get to run into at Exotica.
Yes.
So that's a good time. That's my favorite.
Yeah, this year for me, people I haven't seen since pre-pandemic are here. So, I'm having a blast catching up with you.
The only time we get together is here, so that'd be my favorite.
Yes.
But I also do love you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you settle a debate for me and a girlfriend of mine who's going to be watching this later?
Okay.
Better to give hand job or blow job?
Which one's better to give?
Yeah, to my friend Brittany, please listen to this answer.
I'd rather give a blowjob.
Told you, Brittany. She said my friend Brittany said I'm in a house working the
Oh, we're getting around.
So thank you for settling a debate. Friends with that. So what advice would you give to someone attending their first exam?
Remember that, I don't know, let's see, just be nice to everybody. It's a chaotic weekend, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of people. Just be nice, be friendly to the other patrons, be friendly to the girls, be friendly to everyone. That'd be my advice. Just be your
Thank you.
man.
Yeah, where can my audience find you online?
If you go to chasinbrooklyn.com, you can find all of my links.
Awesome sauce. Thank you so much, Brooklyn.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Actually, my brother for the holidays bought me a new microphone for conventions. So I will start this year. I will have better audio.
Gonna get one that's gonna filter out all the background noise,
Hopefully.
or more of the background noise.
Like I said, it's Exotica. I just want to deal with it over the years.
Yeah.
Because no matter where God willing, if I do make it out to AVNs, at least they have the two media rooms where you can bring your guest in the interview.
Cool.
Get away from all the fucking background noise.
Yeah. Yeah, because even with the directional mic, you'll pick up less of the background noise, but
yeah, I only get less of it for the two conventions that are the worst throughout the year for me is Exotica and New York Comic Con. Because it just picks up, I had 2 or 3 things to New York Comic Con. I didn't even decide not even to post or do anything with because the background was just bad. It was just like way too bad. I was contemplating not putting up the Brooklyn Chase piece, but I was like, she's too big a name.
Yeah.
And I just had so much fun with her that I was like, if people don't like it, start your own goddamn podcast.
Amen, brother.
The whole thing is say, live your dream. You just might catch it, and sometimes it's getting it done, not getting it done perfectly. Sometimes.
Amen.
Crap. I'm starting to sound mature and wise.
You're gonna start doing motivational speaking, man. So.
Actually, if anyone wants to watch motivational videos on YouTube, Amazon stock, there is a dude dressed up as the Joker and doing these very warped motivational speeches done in the character of the Joker.
That's weird.
I watched one or two of them, and it's just the device is so like sound. It's like soundproof and like simplistic that it actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's scary at the same time.
That's weird. That yeah, that's a little different. So okay.
What's next in the hit list, bro?
We are on our last thing for the day, and it is something that you and I grew up with, and they don't really have anymore. They
To anyone under the age of, I'm gonna say 35, you're gonna be like, why the fuck did I put this on here?
Mm-hmm.
And once again, this is just an old man who is remembering his childhood.
Although, did you have a strawberry shortcake one like this?
No, I did not. But that's
Okay.
the one. That's the one that popped up in my YouTube, in my eBay feed.
I'm not judging you, man. If you had one like this, that's fine. I'm just saying. So.
No. Maybe one of my classmates did. I had the He-Man one, which I may or may not have thrown the baseball in because I missed throwing it at the school bully's head that day.
Yeah. You know what the one that I remember, like I had a bunch of different ones. I think I had A-Team at one point. But the one that I had that I wish that, as a kid, you never think of this, but I wish I had taken better care of it. I had Star Wars from the original Star Wars movie. And
nice.
And then when it got worn out too much and I got a new lunchbox, I kept that one, and I kept all my Star Wars figures in the Star Wars lunchbox. So
that's awesome. I know. In 1 year, I had the Marvel superheroes one that had Spider-Man, Hulk, and Captain America on it. I had Dukes and Hazards, I had He-Man. And then I think the last one I had was G.I. Joe.
I would say the two from a nerd standpoint, but it wasn't just nerds because it was everybody at school. There were three things that you got that made like a statement for you for school. What you had on your lunchbox, what you had on your Trapper Keeper or whatever school, and your backpack. Get a cool backpack. So.
And Dave and I are dating ourselves by talking about Trapper Keepers. And
yeah. Yeah.
Because Trapper Keepers was the shit back in '83.
Yep. And everybody had a Trapper Keeper, and depending on what your favorite thing was, you had a Trapper Keeper with your thing on it, so it was cool as hell, man.
You know what? I'm very, very tempted to buy a couple of Trapper Keepers just for memory's sake.
Yeah. Why don't you explain to everybody out there who is not old like us what Trapper Keeper was?
Trapper Keeper were a 3-ring binder which had a flap at the end of it that you flap on to protect your paperwork from falling out of it.
Yep.
And they had like character designs, Garbage Pail Kids or Pac-Man, or if there was like a cartoon character or something in popular culture in the mid-'80s, it had a Trapper Keeper.
I mean, they even had like sports team ones. Like I knew this kid who, I don't know why, but he was into USC, the college, as in elementary school. Of course, he ended up going to USC. His kids went to USC, but he had a USC Trapper Keeper and the whole thing. So.
Oh yeah, but I'm actually surprised as I went down this eBay rabbit hole with the lunchboxes, how many things have a lunchbox. Yeah.
It's kind of sad that I guess it's not sad, but it's a cool bit of nostalgia. Even though you think back on it now and you're like, you would open up your lunchbox and, living here in California where it was hot, it's like you'd open up, you'd have a hot ass peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or if God help you, if you had a bologna sandwich or something in there.
No, thank you. You see, you just said hot and baloney. I had that picture in my head.
Yeah.
What happened even on the East Coast back in New York? During a hot day.
Yeah, and then the thermos wasn't a particularly good thermos. It didn't really keep you.
Sucked. There were these little. I'm actually, because they're not that expensive. I'm actually thinking of buying one. Because depending on the character, you can find the thermoses on their own.
Yep.
But those thermoses they didn't hold much, and they always spilt everywhere.
You know what I remember too? This is kind of like, it's not a bad memory, but I can still, but I was thinking about it, I could smell it. Invariably, I would get home and I would forget to like on a Friday, and I would forget I forget to clean out my lunchbox. And so like Monday morning when I'm going to put the milk in my thermos, I'd open up the thermos and there was like spoiled milk in the thermos. That smell, man.
Yeah.
And then you got to clean it out, and then it's like, oh.
Like I was just saying, this is just some of the thrills that kids of this generation are never going to know.
Yep.
It's just like, it's such a different world nowadays. Whether it's lunchtime in school, how you found your first pornography, or your first R-rated movie.
When you had to work for it, man.
Oh yeah, I remember because I was listening to Andrew Dice Clay over New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, crap! I could just go on YouTube and get everything I want. This is beautiful. And it's like, man, having to buy the album, put it onto a whatever. Make sure your parents weren't in the house.
I remember being a teenage boy and sneaking in. My parents would go out, and that was the sign to go sneak into my parents' rooms, and you could go check out my dad's Playboys or something, So it's like,
oh yeah.
Sorry, Dad. I'm pretty sure you knew that was happening with me and my brother, but there it is. So.
Yeah, to a point where my dad figured out that I knew where they were, and I moved to this hiding spot like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. And I swear that your dad would know that, and it was like a game he was playing. He's like, well, damn it, I had to hunt back for him. I'm going to make my kids hunt back for him too.
Oh no, because my dad had a subscription, so as soon as I saw the black bag,
yeah,
I knew exactly what magazine was coming in for him that week. So
yeah, that's another thing, like the black bag or the brown bag that says publication or whatever on it. Like, and it's supposed to be for privacy. Like, that wasn't a giant red warning sign on it.
Because, that's how I discovered Playboys that way. Because I thought it was to me, I took it out from my room by accident.
Yeah. I just always laugh because even today, like Amazon or a publication, somebody will deliver something to somebody's house, and then you'll see that nondescript box or whatever on somebody's porch, and you're like, yeah, that's not a big old klaxon up there saying exactly what you just got delivered to your house.
That's what it's even when I play in Adam and Eve, I Love You. I'm hoping in a couple weeks that I can talk to someone at your booth and we can work out a sponsorship deal.
Yeah.
But even when they say discreet packaging, it's like, okay, that's already the red flag right there that people know that you got something.
Yeah. Yeah. It might as well just have like a hologram floating up above it going, naughty stuff.
Naughty stuff. Dildos.
Yeah.
Dildo. It's a sex toy.
Yeah. It's like, you're not fooling anybody. But
repackaging my ass.
I even remember like, the first time that you go into a store as a guy and, this might be, maybe it's just me, but I remember the first time I went in to go buy condoms and I bought like 40 items, so I could try and hide the condoms in them, everything else.
Oh, wait. but at least you can see you're able to see to be able to pull that off.
Yeah.
It's like normally I have someone help me shop.
Oh no. Yeah.
If there was maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago now, I had this really sweet high school kid helping me shop, and she's like, "Need anything else?" And she sees me looking, and she's like, "Can I just whisper what I need?" And I was like, "I need condoms." And she goes, and then because she was 16, the shopper was 16, 17, she gets all excited for me. She's like, "You're going to get lucky tonight? I'm so happy for you." And she starts screaming that so the entire store can hear it. And she's like, so what kind of, and then I was like, "Oh, fuck it." That's the one time I wish I could never do it that way again, even if I wanted to film it.
Yeah.
The reaction was just so, like, "Hey, I'm so happy for you. You're gonna get lucky, buddy." She's like, "Blind people can have." She didn't want to say it, but I know she was thinking, "Wow, blind people can have sex."
That's funny though, man. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not upsetting you by laughing, but that's funny as hell.
Just to educate people, I've gotten asked. I do have people who it's like, "Can I ask you a psych question?"
Yeah.
And normally they'll preface it by, "Can I ask you something?" And I assume as soon as they get real sensitive about it, I was like, it's a psych question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're like, how does a blind person make love? And I'm like, define make love? I'm like, you mean fucking? And they're like, yeah. It's like, yes. It happens. You don't need sight for it.
Yeah.
And as the level 10 click commander, I can damn well guarantee that you don't need sight for it.
You just took me back to Mallrats there for a minute, though, man. So that one scene in the game show is like, when you make whoopee, he's like, "What's whoopee?" He thinks you mean making love. Oh, you mean fucking? Like, why did you just say that? So, Brody.
Yeah, Brody Bruce, bro. That's the one thing from Mallrats that I always take away. It's just like, why do we need all this talking like secret code and everything? Just say what it is.
Oh man.
It's a different way to live in. But last not on least for the hit list, do you have any what I like to call bullshit New Year's resolutions?
Bullshit New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, like listen, what I like to find out is like lose weight, exercise more.
Well, I hope it's not bullshit, but I want to keep losing weight. So, but
I mean, if it's something you're really working on, but my goal, I don't know the resolution, but my goal is just to be more consistent with everything I'm doing.
I know the one professional New Year's resolution I made I already broke, so on January 2nd. So I was gonna make sure that I wrote every day this year, yeah, that didn't happen. So
no, don't worry, it's only the second. Yeah. That's something more. And that's what I say, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I just try to make some goals and try to stick with them.
Yeah.
But, the one I heard in the last 2 days, I'm going to lose. 2 I heard the most, the 3 I heard the most, so I'm going to quit smoking. Which usually gets broken about, say, 2 hours into New Year's.
Okay.
I'm going to lose weight, which... There are people who actually make that resolution and stick with it, and I wish I could be one of those people. But I have no discipline when it comes to my food consumption sometimes.
Yeah, I wanted to not eat fast food this year, and then I'll job by In-N-Out Burger or something, and then it's over.
In-N-Out, I have in my notes. God willing, that everything works out for my first trip to Vegas in a year. That's the first place I'm going.
Nice.
I'm gonna get me the double, but no animal style.
Yeah. In-N-Out's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
In-N-Out's a crack house.
Yeah. We have 3 In-N-Outs around us, and the only bad part about In-N-Out is whenever you go there, the line is. It doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. The line is friggin' long as hell. So.
Yep. In-N-Out. See, now I might just say fuck it and overpay for a flight just so I can have In-N-Out.
Nice.
Yeah, because they don't have them here in New York.
Yeah, they're only in the I don't know, 10 states or something like that. All in I think the furthest east they are is Texas. So.
Interesting. Because I know they're all over California and Nevada, so.
Yeah. They started in California and then eventually they got to Nevada and everything. So, and then they kept going from there. I'm sure there'll be other places eventually, but yeah, I think the problem is the reason why they're not on the East Coast is that people don't know everything that they do is fresh. They don't refrigerate or freeze any of their meat or anything like that. So every restaurant has to be within driving distance of somebody that will deliver daily. That makes sense. The stuff. So yeah.
Well, my brother, like I said, Happy New Year. I'm wishing, as my man in the chair, is one of my best friends in the entire entertainment industry. I'm wishing you much success, kicking ass, taking names the way you do for 2025. And I couldn't dream of doing this without you. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Same to you. And I hope everything keeps going well for you in 2025. May all of your professional and horny wishes come true. So good luck to you, sir.
All right. And of course, if anyone wants to find David, just Nemesis, just Google Nemesis FC2 into your search engine. It will bring you up everywhere David is at.
Yep.
I know he's got some books on the market as well. Some great books. Space Monkeys is coming soon.
Come check it out.
Of course, you can find me on Instagram at The Real Blind Adam, Twitter /X at The Comic Pimp, and and just Google The Real Blind Adam. You'll find me that way. Remember, you don't need sight to have a vision. Love you all. Blind Adam out.
And filler. I would look for the outro real quick because I was too busy.
Titty sprinkles.
Here we go. And we're on the outro. Bye, everybody.
What?